Good morning, chaps. My name is General Sir Joshua Nunn, and what we're here for today is to brief you on Operation Scarlet, which begins tomorrow morning at 0600. What's that? Don't know what 0600 means? Don't know military time, do you? Oh, I see. Well, I suppose we shall have to use desert time then, shan't we? Well, it's pretty early in the morning, about the time the camels start that snorting business, you know. All right, so what we're going to do today is to go over some ground rules so that we don't have too many snafus tomorrow morning, all right? It's what we generals like to call a briefing. What, soldier? No, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be brief. Depends on how many bloody foolish questions we get from chaps like you, doesn't it? Well, all right, so let me go over some of the ground rules with you so that we can all get back to business milking the goats and watering the camels and digging those little round holes in the desert. Yes. By the way, while I think about it, those little round holes in the desert, yes, chaps are going to have to be a little careful, you know. You've been digging them in the wrong places. Please don't put them downwind of the officers' quarters. Or is it upwind? Well, anyway, please don't put them where the prevailing wind will blow towards the officers' quarters. There's good chaps. Now, as I said, tomorrow morning we move out at about the time the camels start snorting. And what we're going to do is to walk around the city. Yes, we're going to just wander around the city once. And there are a lot of people in there, you know. Our spies tell us that there were a lot. Actually, they couldn't get an accurate count because the people kept milling around trying to sell them carpets and postcards and souvenirs. Couldn't get an accurate head count. But our intelligence boys tell us that a lot of people probably means about 10,000. What? Oh yes. Well, I'll address that question since so many have asked it. Yes. Well, this is what is known as a plan of attack, and it contains an element of surprise. If you want to know the truth, I don't really know why we have to walk around the city of Jericho. It's just what we've been told to do, and we're good soldiers, boys, aren't we? We just do as we're told. Oh, yes, I know you're tired of walking around in circles in the desert. Some of you young whippersnappers have only been doing it for 20 years, you know. I've been doing it for 40 years since we left Egypt. And I don't know how you'd like to do that. But anyway, so please don't keep complaining about going around in circles, all right? And now, we have to set some ground rules, chaps, for tomorrow morning so we don't have too many snafus. While we're circling the city, I want no talking, no singing, no jokes, no laughing, no chewing of gum, no smoking. Please, no talking. Number 2, when we go over the walls, I want no fraternization with the enemy. Number 3, absolutely no visits to the red light district. What? I say, well, they tell me that was an honest mistake. The chaps were told to go to Ahab's place, and when they got near there, they saw a sign down, I think it was Rahab's place. The sign said it, but it had fallen down in the sand, and the R was covered up in sand. And so they genuinely thought that it was Ahab's place, whereas in fact it actually was Rahab's place. So it was just an honest mistake. What? Yes, I heard that too, but I do believe that the men said that it was an honest mistake and the sign was down before they got there. Why did they stay all night? Oh, I see. Well, their explanation was that it was rather late and they didn't want to get caught by the Jericho police on the streets, so they stayed at Rahab's place. What? Yes. How long do I think it will take to conquer the city? Well, the plan calls for 7 days, chaps. Each morning, about the time of the snorting of the camels, we go and we walk around the city once. We have to follow the Ark of the Covenant, you know, and there'll be 7 priests blowing ram's horn trumpets. And we do that for 6 days, and you don't say a word, you don't shout, you don't make any noise at all, just the trumpets. Then on the 7th day, we walk around Jericho 7 times, and the priests blow their trumpets after the 7th circuit. Now, you remember I said there was an element of surprise in the plan of attack. Well, here it is, chaps. The chaps in the Corps of Engineers have been doing some measuring and estimating, and they found a weakness in the walls. So they tell us that if we can get all 10,000 of the enemy up on the walls at the same time, the walls will come, as they put it, a-tumbling down. So if you can be quite quiet for the first 6 circuits, first 6 days, and then, you know, I think that what will happen is that the blighters will just get up the first day and watch us, and then they'll go back to bed and forget about us, thinking we're crazy, just walking around the bloody city. Well, then at the end of the 7th circuit, on the 7th day, when you hear the priests blow their trumpets, I want you to shout for all you're worth. What should you shout? Shout anything. Shout rhubarb if you want to. I don't care what you shout. Just shout. Just make a lot of noise. Because what's going to happen then is that the enemy is going to wonder what you're up to. They know you've been silent for 6 days, and now here you are shouting like there's murder or something, and blowing things and so on. So the intelligence boys feel that we can bring out all 10,000 of the blighters onto the walls of the city, and if they all come at the same time, the walls will come tumbling down. All right, chaps, don't forget 0600 tomorrow morning, the time when the camels start their snorting business, and down at the river's edge, full kits, and no talking, no smoking, no gum chewing. That's it, chaps. All stand down, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, camel snorting time. Thank you very much.